Greetings, friends! It's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush and another collage I was working on last week. This one took a long time, but I really enjoyed all the little girls on the beach. Well, two little girls and a doggy on the beach. As you can see, I've got a second camera that is not the best, but it gives me another camera angle to work with, and I put on the sky first. I also cut out my little birds so that I could paste them on later once I've covered up all the pencil lines with my sky. Finding all the blue is always problematic. I have to search through, well, maybe a dozen magazines and cut out sky and blue backgrounds and anything that possibly could work, because blue comes in so many different shades and varieties, tints, slightly purple, slightly greenish, and in this case I wanted a little bit of yellow peeking through the clouds, and in doing so I ended up with also a little teal and a little green in my blue, and underneath the waves I wanted a little bit of purple. So I had to search high and low, pull out all the blues I could find anywhere. Some I didn't use. And when I started putting the skin on these girls, I thought, oh, this is too dark, this is not right. It's practically brown, but with all this light blue background, it actually worked. It looked like they've been on the beach getting a little bit of a tan. Sometimes you're just never sure. In the meantime, I did go ahead and put in the little black dog. Well, he's a little bit bigger than little. And I have to say, though I like having an animal there, he just doesn't show up well because I've got that dark blue on the far left-hand side, and the black dog just doesn't stand out. And I didn't want him to pop out of the page. I just didn't want him to fade into the background completely either. And then I didn't like how it looked. So I started covering him up with a little more fur, a little rougher pieces, and I didn't like that either. I'm not sure. In my mind, this piece is not done because I'm going to either cover up the dog completely, get rid of him, put more beach back there, or lighten up around him and make the beach a lighter blue around the dog so he shows up. I haven't made up my mind. But I'm not happy with the little dog. Let me know what you think. I mean, if you think I should cover him up, I certainly will. Also, as you'll see, around her feet in the photo reference, she's standing in wet sand, and so she sinks in a little bit, and there's like a little rim pool around her feet, which I cut pieces in a darker tan, And I don't like how that turned out either. Well, you'll have to let me know what you think. I may end up getting rid of those indentations around her feet and just make it look like her feet are sunk into the sand somewhat. That's the standing girl, not the sitting girl. You see, the pieces I'm cutting out for her legs, they look so dark. And yet, it's actually going to work in the end. It looks like it's going to be all right. So I've got my white waves, and I'm starting on her hair, which is blowing in the breeze. I like doing beach scenes on hot days when it feels miserable out. It makes me feel like I've been to the beach. I know, I'm psyching myself out. Now I put a little purple, very, very pale purple on the shirt of the girl that's sitting, and amongst all that blue, it is so funny, it looks positively pink. Gotta have her highlights for the sunlight. And then her hair. There's lots of elements to work on a piece like this. There's so many things to do. And this was one of those strange weeks where I don't know what I ate or what I got into, but I had hives. I mean, I itched. My hands itched. My arms itched. My back. Even it migrated to the bottoms of my feet. It was miserable. And I'm so glad that's all cleared up. Whatever that was. But ta-da! Finally, we're at the end. And here's what it looks like all put together. Now, as I say, I'm not happy with how the dog turned out, and I may change that entirely. Got the little birds in the sky. I've got my waves. And my light, a little bit of sunlight peeking through the clouds. All done. Thank you so much for making it all the way through. I hope everyone enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.